brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to be working with our 2001 Ford Ranger. We're going to show you how to remove and replace the shift interlock solenoid. This information is the same from 1995 all the way up to 2009 on the Ford Rangers and is similar to several other Ford vehicles. If you like this video, please click subscribe. We have a ton more information on this truck as well as many other makes and models. And if you need this part for your truck, follow the link in the description over to 1AAuto.com. Here are the items you'll need for this repair. When working with or around any components of the airbag or SRS system, be sure to disconnect the negative terminal of the battery and allow the modules inside of the vehicle to fully power off for 30 minutes. SRS components can be identified by yellow wire harness wraps and yellow electrical connectors. Always be cautious around these components for power or static charges. We're going to use an 8mm socket and ratchet to loosen the terminal on the battery, or you can use a wrench. Loosen the clamp, wiggle it off of the terminal, and tuck it somewhere down to the side where it won't accidentally come back and complete the circuit. Ours is missing one, but you'll have to remove these 3 Phillips head screws. Tilt the column down. Work off the top half of the clamshell. Place it out of the way. Unscrew the tilt column lever and remove the lower half of the clamshell. Remove the 4 7mm bolts, 1 here, 2 below the hood release, and 1 all the way by our left foot using a 7mm socket and ratchet. Slide the knee pan forward toward you to release the hooks and remove it from the vehicle. Remove these 5 8mm screws using a socket and ratchet. Remove the metal brace from the vehicle. Remove these 2 13mm nuts at the bottom of the column, securing the column and the U-brace. Remove the U-brace. Remove these 2 13mm nuts at the base of the column. We'll use the same 13mm socket, ratchet, and extension. 1 here and 1 on the opposite side of the column. Be careful when removing these, as they are holding what remains of weight on the column. So you may want to hold up on the column to release the weight from the nuts while you remove them. Carefully lower the column, being sure not to pull or stress any electrical harnesses or crush any connectors or wires while you rest it down onto the inside of the dash. Your shift interlock is located here at the back of the steering column. We'll remove the 2 bolts holding it on, as well as the 1 bolt holding the clamp it's attached to, so we can remove the clip on the bottom and remove the shift interlock from the vehicle. We use a T30 torx socket and a ratchet. Using a small flat blade screwdriver, pry up on the tab for the electrical connector and remove it from the interlock. This clip is for ease of assembly at the factory. pry this off to release the interlock, but we do not have to reinstall it if it becomes damaged. Now we can remove the plate from our shift interlock. Here we have our old shift interlock from our vehicle and our new part from 1AAuto.com. As you can see, these parts are exactly the same, with the same electrical connector at the bottom, the same 2-point mounting location, the same piston, and the same interlock assembly at the top. And what this part does is it allows your shifter to move in, so you can actually move it up and down to get through the gear ranges. If it becomes stuck in the up position, it can prevent you from switching the vehicle out of park, whereas if it gets stuck in the down position, it won't prevent you from shifting the vehicle out of park with your foot on the brake, which is a very important safety feature to make sure that you don't accidentally switch into a forward or reverse moving gear with your foot on the gas or the vehicle idling. So if your solenoid has gone bad, this new part from 1A Auto is going to go in direct fit, just like your original equipment, and fix you up right. Since we no longer have the clip holding our solenoid in, we'll install our clamp into place first with just the one screw on the opposite side from the solenoid. Just get that in by hand. Don't want to tighten it down just yet because we may have to move it around some. Reconnect the electrical connector and install your new shift interlock into place. Be sure that this arm sits below the interlock switch on the actual shift tube here. Reinstall your other two T30 Torx screws. Reinstall the steering column onto its studs. Reinstall the U-brace at the front and start the 13mm nuts by hand. We'll leave these loose for now as one of our studs in the rear came out with the nut, so we'll need that little bit of room to line it back up and get it started again. Once we've got everything started, we'll tighten it down with a 13mm socket and ratchet. Reinstall the upper portion of the clamshell and the lower. These do have little plastic hooks on them, so snap them together. Reinstall your Phillips head screws. You should have 3. Again, our truck is missing 1. Screw the tilt column lever back into place. Reinstall the metal knee pan. Reinstall the 5 screws for the steel dash pan. Bring them down with an 8mm socket and ratchet. Snap in the top of the plastic knee pan. Reinstall the 4 7mm screws along the bottom. Remember to reinstall the hood release and the 2 screws that go in there. Reconnect the negative terminal, tighten the clamp back up. We're going to use an 8mm socket and ratchet, or you can use a wrench. Ensure your connection is tight. And you're ready to go.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope this video helped you out. Next time you need parts for your car, please visit 1AAuto.com. Also check out our other helpful how-to as well as diagnosis videos.